Hi, and a good Monday morning to you. My ginger-spiced apple cider llama beans of eternal sunshine. Welcome to another dreary, cozy, wintry Monday morning. It's very cloudy outside, and I kind of love it. Proof I'm a Pacific Northwest gal, even if I've never been there. But someday. Okay, coffee cheers to you. We are going to talk about the 3 books I read this week and what I'm currently reading, maybe reading next, all the things that we always do on a Monday morning. So, welcome to today's weekly reading book review, December 2025, episode 2. All right, the first book I finished was this ginormous tome. Right, beautiful, deckled edges, beautiful 3D embroidered cover. This is Little Women by the one and only Louisa May Alcott, which was this month's book club that I run pick for a classic that you've been meaning to read or reread. So we had so many feelings, didn't even scratch the surface of talking about this for 2 hours. It was a lot more preachy than I remembered. Marmy's got some great life advice, but yeah, so we had theories about why it's endured as a classic, probably because we see a little bit of ourselves in each of the 4 Little Women, plus Marmy. Not so much Aunt March. I don't think anyone was an Aunt March in the crowd. Or Aunt Carol, who is really who Beth went to Europe with. Who knew? So a few changes from the movies we know and love, and we have opinions on the movies too, and that's good. We can talk about it. And maybe that's what makes it a classic, that everybody has an opinion and it endures because it reaches different people in different ways. So again, Little Women, Louisa May Alcott. It'd been over a decade since I attempted to read it and I read it. So yay for that. Okay, the next one, quick read, palette cleanser. You know I love a middle grade, and you know I love a middle grade set in Paris, and you know I love a middle grade mystery. This is the PEAR Affair by Judith Eagle. This was great. So lightly illustrated, there's a few in there, more than you saw just now in the flip through. But there were like all these like many mysteries that I had no idea how she was gonna bring them all cohesively together, but she did it because she knows what she's doing. So really enjoyed the PEAR Affair. If you like the non-touristy parts of France, who doesn't, and Paris, you got the underground, not just the catacombs, but the tunnel system, and fancy hotel, and all sorts of mysterious delights and kooky characters, and I loved it. So the PEAR Affair, hooray for kids rebelling underground and making the world a better place, as they should. Okay, the other one I read very distractedly, but you know, I managed to look at all the words. This is Richard II by Shakespeare. And yeah, so next time I go through the canon, instead of going alphabetically, I think at least for the history plays, the political plays, the king plays, whatever you want to call them, the political thrillers, I'm going to read them in chronological order instead of alphabetical. Whatever. I was just listening to the Shakespeare Anyone podcast episode as they reviewed what they learned about Henry V, and The Tempest that they covered this year in their podcast. Love that podcast. If you have anything to do with teaching Shakespeare or enjoying Shakespeare, highly recommend Shakespeare Anyone. Anyway, they were talking about how like we've all been intimidated by the political plays, but you really don't have to know anything about British history to enjoy them because they're still just stories about people. I still just get confused because I don't know who the dukes and duchesses and queens and kings, and it's just like, hey, if I kill you, I get to be king. And thankfully that's not exactly how politics works anymore, but anyway, I'll save the commentary for another day. So anyway, I read Richard II and we'll be doing a handwritten illuminated quote for you, probably with nothing to actually do with the plot, but you know, just a fun Shakespeare quote you can pull out of your pocket at parties. Okay. Speaking of, I do have a friend, hi Joelle, who went to a birthday party this week where they all went to see HAMNET. I'm really curious how that went. Anyway, it's been on my wish list for years now, but my used bookstore never has it because it's like super popular. And of course the movie just came out last week, and so I want to read it before I see the movie, and I needed to collect the pretty original cover before just the movie cover. So anyway, I am only 36 pages into Maggie O'Farrell's HAMNET, which is, of course, interchangeable with the name Hamlet. And so it's the death of Shakespeare and Anne or Agnes Hathaway's son, Hamnet, one of their twins, Hamnet and Judith, during the plague. Ooh, and this came out in 2020. So we were all dealing with it, and yet it like blew up, and like good for her, but most plague books probably wouldn't have, you know, had we predicted it, it might not have come out in 2020, but it did, and it succeeded, and I'm really enjoying it. Beautifully written. It is a little denser than I thought when I flipped through it the first time, but in a good way. So it's great. It's just going to take me a minute, but thoroughly enjoying soaking in Hamnet and the world of Stratford-upon-Avon, the town where Shakespeare and Hamnet grew up. So I've heard get Kleenex ready, and the bookseller I bought it from said he's not going to see the movie in theaters because he doesn't want to weep in public. But both look beautiful, and I'm excited to review and compare versions. I'm so excited. So Maggie O'Farrell's Hamnet. Okay. Reading next, perhaps, you know me, I do need to read Richard III, which is no relation to Richard II from Shakespeare, because this is the Folger Shakespeare Library editions, and they do have a handy little chart, which I can't find right now, of the kings, and, you know, it's kind of like asking someone in France, like, who James Madison was, maybe, or who his vice president was, that I just have no idea. All of these kings and their family trees and whatever. Like Richard II that I just read's up here, and, you know, because they, like the Pope, I guess, and I know from Conclave, they take, like, someone else's name when they become king, maybe. So anyway, Richard III is all the way down here, so it's confusing, but what can you do? It's still a story about people, and I love the language, and it just tastes good, right? Okay, so Richard III, making my way, gonna be halfway through Shakespeare's canon by the end of the year. Reading next, Palette Cleanser. I want to go back to the series. This is a princess swap. You remember I read the one, yes, by Kim Bussing. I read the one that was Cinderella and Beauty and the Beast Belle swapped places, and this was the next one. Not that you have to read them in order. She just has two princesses in each book that kind of swapped stories, obviously, based on the title. I love it. Look how beautiful that is, too. So this one is Snow White and the Dragon and Sleeping Beauty and the Seven Dwarfs. So cute. So beautiful. Looking forward to that one. And then I got an early copy months ago already, even though it doesn't come out till, oh, wait, no, yeah, on sale. January 6th, so sooner than I thought. But anyway, this is the first time I saw him. The prequel to the last time I saw him by Laura Dave. I guess I'm looking forward to that. You know, sometimes you just need a mystery thriller page turner to cleanse a palate after a heavy, apparently sobby read. So I imagine I will read that this week as well. And then I picked up this beautiful book because I am very bad at not buying books. Look how cute and beautiful this is. So I think I bought this with Barnes & Noble points. This is Dinner at the Night Library by Hika Hirada. Actually, I might have bought it at my local indie, M. Judson, when I went for Mary White's signing. Oops. Anyway, you know, support your local indie. Keep money in your local economy and support booksellers and free speech and all the good things. Anyway, look how beautiful that cover is. I'm so excited. And the kitty and the blue and the orange and the green and the drawing, and I love it. So, you know me and short Japanese fiction and translation, and I love a short squatty book. So looking forward to that. And that's what I got. And if I can find my coffee, we'll be able to sign off. So going to be another crazy busy, delightful week. Cranbox members, your December Happy Mail, very festive, is going out on Wednesday. And there are 2 new videos in the Cranbox. If you missed them or forgot or want to join and watch them for a very cool illustration that I made last week with a lot of pieces and processes, and it was delightful. So go enjoy those time-lapse videos and making of videos. I will also be recording a couple picture book deep dives that I'll post later in the month, and probably one for January, before I give those gorgeous picture books away for Christmas. And there's probably some other things happening, but oh yeah, art show deadlines, because I get to be in an illustration exhibit next year. So got to work on that. Wish me luck. Send good vibes and prayers as you wish for deciding what 2 to 4 pieces to put in that show. We got options, but we need to frame things. Anyway, okay. Coffee cheers to you. Let me know what stories you've been reading, loving, and enjoying. No, I have not seen Wicked for good yet. And no, I have not seen Hamnet yet. But after we read the book, well, next week, I think we'll be able to get to the theater on $5 Tuesdays. But tomorrow I'm babysitting. So anyway, coffee cheers to you. We'll talk at you later. Love ya. Bye.